Okay, put the iPads away. Similar triangles. This is really nothing much different than the ones we've done before. If you remember, triangles are similar as long as all three corresponding angles are equal or congruent. So the three corresponding angles are congruent, and the three corresponding sides are proportional. Okay? So in this one, they give you the similarity statement right there, which remember, you can use this to tell what's equal. Obviously, G and G is the same. Angle S and angle N are the same. Angle T and angle P are the same. And then the sides, it's not congruent, it means they're similar. So side GS and GN are proportional to ST and NP, and those are also proportional to side GT and GP. Okay? So to find a missing angle, angle GNP is this angle. You can just look up here, angle N has to be the same as angle S. So that angle is 38. Okay? So the angles are the same. The sides, you got to write a proportion. Now, as long as you remember, you got to follow the same pattern. So they want GP right there. Now, these are a little bit different. If you separated this, it'd be easier to see. If I just drew the smaller triangle like this, we want X, and that's 15, right? And then if I draw it like this is 24, and that's 20. When they're separate, they're a lot easier to see how to do it, right? This over that equals that over that. When they're overlapped, it's a little harder to see. So you can start anywhere. If I start with this side, 15 is the bottom or the side of that triangle. So then you got to follow the same pattern. So it'd be this piece, 24, is the full side, compares to this, the full side. All right? Now everyone knows how to solve these, right? Cross, multiply, divide. Okay. I just want to show you the ones that are a little bit trickier if they do it like this. Forget about that. Let's say this is, here's where people get messed up. You start off again, 15 is to X, and then they'll say 24 is to 8. That's not the same pattern because 8 is only part of this side. The whole side in this case is 8 plus X. Okay? So now you get some of these proportions like this, where when you solve them, you got to set the cross products equal. 24 times X is 24X equals this times this. So you got to take the 15 times the 8, which is 120, and the 15 times the X. Okay? And then you got to solve it. So we would subtract 15X and then divide by 9. Okay, a shortcut. You can use this to see if triangles are similar. Instead of showing that all three corresponding sides are congruent and all three corresponding sides are proportional, as long as two angles are the same, that means everything else is true. The sides are proportional and the third angle is the same. So remember when we proved triangles were congruent? You could use SAS, ASA, all that. This is for similar. Angle, angle. Okay? So if two angles are congruent to two other angles, they're automatically similar. So here in the assignment today, there's like 6 or 8 of these problems. You got to say yes or no if they are. Here we know this is 90 and that's 90. And we know vertical angles are congruent. So we know they're similar, right? If it's no, we don't have to explain. I'll remind you when we do that on the assignment. But if it's no, you just put no. If it's yes, you got to put the similarity statement. So it'd be triangle ABH is similar. Since I put A first, I'd have to put K first because they're the same. And then I put B, so I'd put L and then H. So remember how to do the similarity statements? Okay, here's one using a proportion. The American Disabilities Act, wheelchair ramps made for new constructions must have a height to length ratio of 1 to 12. That means if the height's 1 feet, the length has to be 12, or if it's 1 yard, it has to be 12 yards. So, we can use this to figure out if the height of the to the bottom of the door is 2.5 feet, we want to find what the length is. So you just write a proportion. The height to length equals, so you just got to figure out where do you put that. That's the height, yep. So it's just 2.5 times 12 divided by 1 is 30. Okay? That one's kind of a scale factor problem there, but they're the same type. So here we got a scale factor. Scale factor is just how much bigger or how much smaller something is. And all you got to do to find a scale factor is you put a side over its corresponding side. That's all you got to do. If these two are similar, to find a scale factor, I could use 15 to 9, which I could reduce, but you don't need to, but it would reduce to 5/3. Or I could use the whole thing, 30 to 18, still reduces to 5/3. Or if I did know what this one was, I could go 12 over whatever that is. Okay? So the scale factor is just a side over a side. So I think what they want us to do is figure out how long MS is right there. So you write a proportion. X corresponds to 12. And now you can use any two numbers that you want. 9 to 15, 9 to 15, or 18 to 30, whichever one you want. All you got to do is pick corresponding pieces. Okay? And then once you got this, everyone can solve it, right? Cross, multiply, and divide.
Divide 12 divided by 30.
Do what now?
Like in your problem, x over 12 equals 9 over 15. Could you like do x over 4 equals 3 over 15, or 3 over? Could you reduce all of that?
Oh, yeah, you could reduce it. Is that what you meant? Yeah.
On the bottom though, x over 12.
Oh, yeah, you could, yep. X over 12, and then I would have to use 3 over 5. Because I go into that to that. Is that what you meant? Or not really?
Yeah, but then would you have to reduce it 12 or no?
No, you wouldn't. No.
Okay.
You'd get the same answer. This times this divided by that, or this times this divided by that. Okay, so to figure out the height of this building, if these are similar triangles, the height of the building to that piece, and then just follow the pattern, the height of the building to this piece. Or you can go height to height, this piece to this piece. Either way you do it, if I go height to height, then I'd go this to this. Both of these you take 90 times 50 and then divide by 15. Okay? So in this one they want Kn. So x to 14 equals 12 to 16. Then you just cross multiply and divide. All right?